So there's been some pretty big improvements to system testing in Updata version 10, and basically, if I just pull down the custom coding menu here, um, we can look at just some of the things that have been improved. So first of all, in the custom coding menu, you've got these. These are custom indicators, so we've got hundreds of these. You can create your own indicators in Python or C Sharp or Visual Basic, and we have a library with these indicators in. So there's several hundred indicators already pre-built in Updata. So quite likely, if you want a particular type of indicator, it's already been built in Updata. So quite often people say, do you have this such and such an indicator? If it's not there, we'll build it. But pretty well every indicator that's ever been written or talked about is there. The system tests, we have a whole library full of these, and the difference between system tests and custom indicators is that they've got trading signals built in so that you can actually system test an indicator, and that's the fundamental difference. So if I open something like the adaptive average system, you'll see here the code. It's relatively simple. There's all these syntax for these commands, and interestingly, parameters. One thing that's been added here is, and if you read in the hover at the bottom there, that basically we can create a step and a range for those functions. So the syntax here is there's a default period and then a range of 5 to 25 with a step of 1. So if I went to optimize these parameters, and let's just have a look, these parameters are already inherited from here. And one of the things that's really nice, if I change these parameters and save them to the source code, they will then get saved here. So this for these two indicators, it's going to test indicator the moving average one from 5 to 25 periods. So let's say days, if it's a daily chart, step of 1. So it's going to test 5, 6, 7 all the way through. If I put a step of 5, it'll just test 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And here we've got a slightly different range and a step again. And as I say, you can edit those and save them to the source code, which I won't do. And then you just run that, and it will give you the test results for that indicator. But what's really, really powerful now is the ability to run modal tests. And this is a new thing that's been built in Updata Analytics Enterprise Edition, where you can effectively create multiple you can create a system scan that will run and scan multiple systems to establish which one works best. So in fact, I've got some pre-saved scans already. So if I take this one here, this is German power moving average is 60 minutes. And if I open that, what you'll see is that I've got ticked here the different moving average systems. I could add in other systems if I want, but at the moment I just want to see which two moving averages produce the best results. And the difference, of course, is I'm not only testing the periods, but I'm testing the different types of averages. And so if I wanted to go and edit the code for that, I can go straight here and edit the code. And that was the code we were just looking at. Or for quick editing, this is really brilliant. I can just edit the system parameters. So I can go through, and all of these systems I can go through and just edit my parameters. So I can do that on the fly very quickly by just running down and just changing and checking the parameters. So if I go for here, edit the parameters, I'll have the same, so I can make sure in this instance that all my parameters are the same. When it goes to run those system scans, I can then select the time period that I want to run across. So I can do it on daily, weekly, 1 minute, any sort of time frame I like. I can then select the instrument. So in this and you could go for icon, all the different data feeds that you have running into Updata. So I've got several, but it might be, in fact, Saxo tends to be the one that I'm using because it's got a lot of the European energy data, and so you can go and select the one you want. It remembers the one you last tested, so if you're, this one's German power, Cal 20, if you're a trader trading that, you can do that, and then you can select which bits of data you want to test, and then also the optimization mode. You can do a quick, fast, and exhaustive. No optimization. I'm doing the quick optimization, so that will run quite quickly. And so if I then go to save and run, it'll just save any changes that are made. Do I want to replace? Yes. And now it's running that initialization. Meanwhile, Updata is still running, so this is all threaded in the background. You can see down in the bottom corner here it's running. So it's running through those systems as I do it. And if I go back to the layout where I was doing that, you'll see here it's running that system, and I'll just close this one as well. And so in a minute, I'm going to get, so it's running trading 5 or 6. It's running these systems, optimizing all the results to those step and range functions in every one. So what's really cool now is it's telling me all of the trading results for those 6 systems. It's telling me which periods produce the best results for those each systems and the ranges and the time it's completed. So if you have multiple results, you can do that. And of course you can schedule to run these at any time, so you can run reports or auto runs or highlighters or now system scans as part of the Enterprise Edition. So I'm just going to click on the net profit, and it's telling me that the regression average system is the most powerful. It's the best one. So I can go and open the results of that system and see the trading system. So I can go to the individual results, and there they are. And I can look at the chart as well. And then if I wanted to take this through to trading, I can go to trade the system. So I can just go trade my system, and it will automatically then trade that trading system if I want. So the thing I like to do is I can actually just also go and open the chart. So if I open the chart here, and I'm just going to minimize that chart and open this one here, and I can open all the charts if I want, but I'm going to just open a few, and then here I can open the third one. I'm going to open the top 4 charts and see how these systems compare, and the weighted moving average. So opening those charts, and then I can go and tile those charts. So if I go and do that, tile the charts, I've now got a visual on my trading systems, and I can put the signal arrows on this on here so that I can actually see where the trades are. And I'm going to take these off because what I want to really do is zoom across the last year and a half and see the results. The red line on each one is the underlying, and the black line at the bottom here is the equity curve. So I can actually see how I'm outperforming the underlying, and we can see in that first system, the regression average, 10 and 14 hours, that system is producing the best results. And if I go and put the trading arrows back on there, we see there's a lot of trades there. And again, I can go and set alerts based on this system, so I'll get an alert every time these 2 criteria are met. But we see here we've massively outperforming, especially the last few months, massively outperforming the underlying by just trading on the 10 and 14 moving averages crossing each other. So it's a really powerful addition for Updata Enterprise users, the ability to run multiple system tests. And I can see that I'm going to spend a lot of time now creating systems where I will start to cherry pick indicators that are in our libraries to actually see which trading system produces the best results. So a very exciting feature in Updata version 10, especially for enterprise users, and looking forward to more and more users using this feature and interacting with it.